Alright, so in this video we're going to be setting up a quick filter as well for the resource table. So I'm going to make a select filter in here, and this is basically just based upon the countable type which we want to filter by. So in here we just want to again create this filter. We want to pass through the options and as well in here the text and the video class. So if we head back in now, let's take a look at what this would look like. And sure enough, we're actually able to filter by text and video content. Furthermore, we could also go in, for example, inside the lessons table in here, we can filter by the duration. So we could also filter by some other things in here. So let's go in and get the lesson resource here and copy essentially this whole filter in here where we are checking the duration. So we're not obviously checking duration in this case, but what we can go ahead and check is, for example, make sure we copy this correctly. So let's go back in here. And what we could go ahead and make sure of is try to, for example, put in this case, the minimum ID for example, the content ID. So that's what I'm thinking we'll do here. So minimum ID. Then we'll have the maximum ID. Then let's make sure we have this in here as well. So we have minimum ID and maximum ID. So we just want to have this to be contentable basically. And here we have the ID we're looking by. We want to just make sure this is minimum ID and maximum ID we're filtering by. So let's go ahead and see what happens if we go in here. And in this case, for example, we both have these as 1, so let's just type in 2. That's perfect. So let's type in 1, 0. Basically 0 wouldn't work. So if we type in, for example, 1 here, it would work, but if we go up, as you can see, it doesn't work. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we have one more option to select from one of these. So I'm going to actually go ahead and just create another text resource. And I'm going to make sure we add in the media here. And then if we go back in here now, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add in a text resource in here. I'm going to select ID number 3. And then we should just be able to say 2. That works fine. We can also say 2 here. And again, we filter it out perfectly fine. So that's all for this video. Thank you.